All right, why don't we get started? Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Russ Wilson. I am the proud assistant principal here at Center School. Thank you. Thank you for joining us tonight for our vision statement forum. We really appreciate your input over the last few months in this process, as well as your attendance tonight. So thank you. Let me share our screen. All right, so tonight we plan the meeting to be about 45 minutes to an hour. And our objectives this evening are very straightforward, very simple. I am proud to introduce the members of the Vision Statement Committee. We'd like to share with the Hanover community the process that we've undertaken to write a vision statement. We also would like to define a vision statement and a mission statement and a motto. So what the differences are between the three. We plan to summarize the vision statement survey results and provide a timeline for the remainder of the process that we hope to wrap up the end of this month, middle of May, so that we can then have a vote by the superintendent and the school committee at their meeting in June. And then, of course, leaving some time at the end for questions and answers. And with the questions, please, the raising hand is not an option. If you could just type your question into the chat, Mrs. McLaughlin will be letting us know what questions we have, and we'll answer those at the end of the presentation. So I'd like
actually the Q&A.
The Q&A part.
The Q&A, not the chat is disabled.
The chat is, yes, thank you. Thank you, sorry about that, yes. So let me introduce our Vision Statement Committee. Again, I'm Russ Wilson. We have Ellen McLaughlin, Cedar, oh, go ahead, Ellen.
Oh, sure. I'm Ellen McLaughlin. I'm the Cedar School Assistant Principal. And right but here to my left.
I'm Dr. Terry Langton. I'm a physical education teacher at Cedar School, and my doctorate is in educational leadership.
Good evening. I'm Ruth Lynch, and I represent the school committee.
Tom Hogan, fifth grade teacher, Hanover Middle School.
Renee Parry, I teach math and science at Hanover High School.
Hi, I'm Kim Stolowski, and I'm the administrator of special education at Center School.
Hi, I'm Andrea Sheehan, and I'm the president of Hanover PTA.
Thank you, everybody. So what's the process that we undertook? Back at the leadership meeting that we had in August, Mr. Ferrum was writing his strategic objectives to present to the school committee. And one of them was to create an updated, invigorated vision statement for the district. And he asked myself and Mrs. McLaughlin and Terry if we would co-chair this committee. And in October, I hope as you just heard with the introductions, we assembled a team from across all the sectors to serve on the committee. We thought that was really important. We met in October, November through January, and we had a lot of very lively discussions about what a vision statement is versus a mission statement. We looked at neighboring and DART districts, what their vision statements are. And DART districts, DART is the district analysis review tools that are put out by DESE. And I know Ruth and the school committee use those tools quite a bit in comparing Hanover to similar districts. And during that time, we also drafted a survey to help us really capture the essence, the soul of what an HPS education looks like from all Hanover constituencies. February, the beginning of February through pretty much the end of February, we surveyed the Hanover community, all sectors, and we were thrilled. We had 757 responses, and we have spent March and are still analyzing the results from those surveys. And we plan to spend at our meeting later in April and another in May, drafting a vision statement that we can recommend and present to Mr. Farron and the school committee for vote. Ellen, would you like to talk
Ooh.
about a vision statement?
I would love to. Thank you, Mr. Wilson. So what is a vision statement? Now, if you took our survey, you would have seen we did do a definition on our survey, but we wanted to remind everybody what it was and what it is. And basically a vision statement is our inspiration. We look at it that way. It's our inspiration, and it really is a description of the future. So it inspires us to look to the future, of course, with hope and purpose. It should be short and concise, highly ambitious, I love that word, and enduring. Of course, it will inspire, it's going to unify, bring all of Hanover together, and it really is our motivation. And I love this analogy. It serves as our North Star for continuous improvement in all that we strive in the Hanover community to accomplish. It's really about the outcome. A vision statement is about the end, not the means. And we really are excited to have all students down from preschool, kindergarten, first graders, all the way up to 12th grade to be able to recite our vision statement and carry it forward. So we're very excited about this.
Thank you, Ellen.
So we did do our vision survey. We were so impressed by our responses. We did receive 757 responses. And you can see here the breakdown of the responses. It was 206 residents, which represented 27%, 118 employees, 488 students, which we were very excited about their participation. And that was comprised of middle school and high school students, and then 143 parents. So if you've ever given a survey to a big group of people, you know that you don't get too many responses. So this vision committee was pretty proud of the results that we got.
If I can mention too, the middle school and the high school, the teachers were fantastic in allowing students time in class to take the survey so that we could really capture their voice. That was really important to the committee, to capture their voice in what they wanted from a Hanover public school education. Terry, would you like to take us through the results?
Yes, we had 7 multiple choice questions, or a continuum, a scale. And this question 1 was the second highest response rate at 91%, very important or important. And to build the survey, we identified the skills, knowledge, understanding, attitudes, and competencies that students need to be equipped with to succeed in life, and use these abilities as the basis for our survey questions. We could have broken them up apart. And as you can see, we've got several statements within that, or several abilities within that one statement, but we didn't want the survey to be too long. So we grouped them together.
Oh, that's Mr. Wilson.
Oh, okay. Question 2. This was at 88%, very important or important, rated by the respondents. And to develop this question, we looked at the scholarship on what students should know, understand, and be able to do as a result of successful participation in a high quality PK to 12 education.
Yeah, number 3.
Question 3 was 84%, very important or important. And this one had to do with constant change or adapting to change successfully. And this question came from looking at vision and mission statements from public schools around the country. Okay. Question 4 was 86%, important or very important. And to develop this question, we used the scholarship on the whole child, actually for the next 3 slides. So this one is the cognitive domain or intellectual abilities was the focus of that question. Question 5 was social emotional learning, and this was 84% respondents rated as very important or important, that students should have social and emotional abilities as a result of the P12 education. And a lot of this came from the Collaborative for Academic, Social, and Emotional Learning, which is affiliated with the University of Illinois. Question 6 was about physical abilities to complete the whole child, the physical domain of learning. And this had 67% of respondents rated it very important or important that students should have attained physical abilities. And question 7 was the highest percentage of very important, important. And we considered the varied pathways students will follow after they graduate from Hanover High School and the skills and knowledge that they will need to succeed throughout their life.
All right.
Mrs. McLaughlin.
Thank you. So now question 8. Question 8 is our open-ended response, and it is asked, what is your vision? And basically, we use qualitative data analysis to determine the meaning of the responses to this question. We read and reread responses. We identified and categorized keywords and phrases, and then we consolidated by identifying relationships between the words and phrases to identify overarching themes and to explain and describe the data. So we came up with a whole bunch of major themes. And so we basically organized it by 5 of major themes. We had, one of the major themes was prepared for post-high school life, possesses skills and attitudes that support and enable continued learning, like flexibility, communication, creativity, curious, and hardworking. A well-rounded curriculum came up a lot, welcoming and challenging pre-K to 12 environment for learning, and high expectations for teaching and learning. After we looked at these major themes, we did decide to put all of these words together, have them pop out. These were all the reoccurring words in the survey that we thought would really resonate with all of us if we put them up there in different colors and we all just took a look at the overall. These are the words that represent those themes. So we can take a second to look at all those words that came up. Thanks, Mr. Wilson. Want to go to the next slide?
Sure.
Oh, and that's Mr. Langton to tell
you.
us the difference
All right.
between a vision.
So originally for this year, we planned just to develop a vision statement. But as we read the responses, the vast responses and the comprehensive responses to question 8, we felt that we had enough to develop a mission statement. So we're beginning to do that now. And so what are the differences? A vision is about ends. It's an outcome. It's a future status of an organization. And we looked at 5 years as kind of our timeline. A mission statement is what the organization does today to achieve the tomorrow. So that's more about the means. How will we equip students with the skills and understanding and attitudes they'll need to succeed in life? And the vision and the vision and the mission statements work together. They're interdependent. And then a motto is kind of like almost like a mini vision statement. It's a brief statement that encapsulates the core beliefs, guiding principles, and the major ideals of an organization, in our case, a school district.
Thanks, Terry. So where does that bring us? So it brings us to this forum. This is part of Mr. Farron's strategic initiative. And after all this work that we've done since the beginning of this school year, we are now completing a draft of the vision statement. And as Terry pointed out, we are also looking at getting that mission and motto to present as well. And if not, we come back to that at the beginning of next school year. In May, we're hoping to present the vision statement to the school committee and Mr. Farron for their vote. And in June, or sometime this summer, publicizing the vision statement so that we can incorporate it in September of next year. So that's the timeline. That's where we're at. Questions? Do we have any questions in the queue?
We do not have any right now, but we can always give a minute or two.
Of course.
Put some.
And for those who are joining, we're sorry if anybody thought perhaps we were unveiling tonight. I did hear a few comments earlier that people were excited for tonight. And I hope that you weren't expecting it to be unveiled, but we thought it was really important, one, to introduce the members, share with you the process, show you the summary of the survey, and then provide you with the remaining timeline. Any questions?
Still nothing right now. We must have done a really nice job on this presentation if there's no questions.
I will put it out there. Let me stop sharing the screen. I will put it out there that feel free. Anybody who's on the forum tonight, that you reach out to anybody, any one of us. Ruth as school committee, Andrea as PTA, middle school, high school, or Terry, Ellen, myself. And we'd be happy to answer whatever questions you might have. We are very excited. This committee has worked hard. Any of you who have ever gone through the process of writing a single sentence over the course of 10 months, it's a difficult process. We left often with a little headache, but in a good way, because what's happening here, this is going to be, as Ellen said, inspiring. It's gives us the inspiration to guide us in everything that we do going forward. We'll give another second or two to click that question and answer. And if not, I want to thank you on behalf of the committee for joining us this evening, and thank all the panelists for being here and your hard work and dedication to Hanover Public Schools. Everybody have a great night. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.